Welcome to Inspire and Move, the show that inspires you to create, connect, and grow. I'm going to bring you meaningful conversations, aha moments, and all the motivation you need to up-level every part of your life. I'm Ali Aruda, founder of Inspire and Move, and your personal hype girl. I've gone from fashion school to celebrity stylist to corporate marketing to brick and mortar entrepreneurship with my husband, each time learning incredible lessons how to pivot, reimagine, and implement the steps to become successful. I am passionate about inspiring others to live their best life, a life of joy. We have the power to design a life that we love because life is too short not to. The best part is that you weren't meant to do this alone. If you feel like you were meant for more, let me ride shotgun with you, and together, let's get you to where you want to go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Inspire and Move podcast. And I was just saying to Matt before we hit record, it has been a minute since we've done an episode together. So
right. Get in line, right? Take a number.
Yeah.
You have had some fire episodes the last few weeks, right?
And like these guests, you know? And this
is
just, we're just scratching the surface here of, level up podcast guests for 2024. I am so excited to see where the rest of the year goes and who's going to be on the show. I've got some big dreams, you guys.
You've got some good inclinations as to what it is going to look like, though, and it is pretty freaking amazing.
Yeah, we have a trip to LA in our very near future, and there are some gems in LA that I am going to work really stinking hard at getting them on the show.
California has that magic around it, right?
Hey, speaking of California, just as a super unrelated sidebar, Matt and I are having a lot of fun rewatching The OC right now.
Amazing.
Oh,
first of all, the amount of things that cannot be said today,
true.
Shows that could not be aired today. We'll just leave that there. We won't get too deep into anything too political.
Yeah,
but
man, subject matter, words used, phrases. We're like,
it's like, wow, I guess that was normal back then, or not, or at least not as, let's say, received not as sensitively, perhaps.
Yeah, smoothly.
That's it.
There's a lot of words.
That's enough. We'll get down a deep, dark
today's
hole.
First takeaway nugget. Rewatch the OC.
Absolutely. Right off the hop.
Okay. Moving on to today's order of business. We want to talk about the impact of proximity. And this is inspired by, like, fresh on the heels of our monthly member social that we host at our gym, Benchmark Fitness.
That's right.
We had it last night. And you guys, it's honestly one night of the month that I think I can safe to say that we both really look forward to every month. And not only that, but we have so many members that also feel the same way, which is such a great feeling.
So I'll back that up a little bit. And for those who don't know what a member social is, essentially, it is pretty concretely set in our schedules, unless we're physically, literally not in the country, the last Wednesday evening of every single month. So 12 times a year, we, Benchmark, is committed to hosting as many people within our community, within our membership community, that want to come out that evening. And it starts at 6 p.m. with a 30-minute express and conditioning class that is led by the beautiful and talented Ali Aruda. That's right. People get their butts kicked. It's amazing. And then after those 30 minutes, it is a migration into the front lobby of our gym space, where we will host the majority, if not the entirety, of whoever was in that class, typically between 15 to 20 people, plus maybe an additional 10 to 12 people that will drop by, either that did not come to the class, that aren't intending on working out. They are just coming by to socialize, have a couple of drinks that we will happily provide. We have members that will do their own workout in the gym space beside the studio. And then when they're done their workout, they will join us in the lobby and they'll have drinks with the rest of the group. So there could be 25 or 30 of us. So we've done this with consistency every month for, what would you say, like the last 12 to 18 months or so?
I think we're actually still less than a year.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's call it roughly 12 months. But it has taken off to the extent where people are not just expecting it, but they anticipate and they look forward to the night the exact same way that we do. We get together as a group, and more than that, it's not just to necessarily have a drink or two for an hour or two and move along. There are genuine conversations that are had in those walls. New members, existing members, a beautiful mix of the two, quite frankly, where people are meeting new people and new opportunities quickly become available to the people who put themselves in that room and allow themselves to kind of see where it can go, and magic just kind of takes off on its own.
Yeah, you nailed it. And it's also really fun to see that we've seen and experienced and felt these last two member socials. We have also leveraged that as an opportunity that for really, hot qualified leads of people that are really intrigued about joining our community. It's this little cherry topper on top that, come and join our community, like come meet the community, have a drink with us, let's tour around the gym, and you can feel the electric energy that just radiates from our lobby, from our space. And my goodness, it's amazing to see that conversion, that it's just this great energy. And we're big believers of energy that comes from impactful rooms.
I mean, if I were to be shopping for anything and I walk in and there is a killer playlist and a bunch of really nice people, and immediately someone asks if I want a beer or a glass of wine or just even a freaking water, and then has the ability to walk me through their space that I can feel how everybody else is existing within it. I mean, I'd want to be a part of that all day long. My gym or anything else that it is that I'd be shopping for, if that's what I was walking into, I mean, I'm not trying to
Hell yes.
oversell, but holy shit, a done deal, right?
Oh, totally. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
And where all of this stemmed from, you guys, was getting in the room. We got in the room. We got into Chris Harder's Roundtable Mastermind last year, almost a year to the time of recording this, just a little bit over. And we went in with our big goal, big focus, but didn't really have the how. Like, how are we going to get and achieve that big goal? And we workshopped this for 2 days with an intimate group of people. And we came up with a plan that had a lot of different layers to it. And we came back to Burlington, Ontario, back to Benchmark, and we rolled up our sleeves and we took action.
And a little sidebar from that mastermind, that 48 hours in Arizona, were the people that we had met for the very first time then that hold such remarkably integral parts of our life now. Not just from a professional standpoint with what they mean to us professionally speaking, or how they are able to help out with what we are doing on business fronts, but even just personally speaking, the people that are in that room, the people that I spoke to and hung out with even outside of that room, that have become really important human beings that I still check in with regularly. I'll send Instagram messages, I'll send birthday notes, and they do the same. And this is all within a year, and all of that was from making sure that we got there.
And that's what it needs sometimes is, we can get a lot of value, a lot of impact from so many incredible tools that we have at our fingertips. This is a perfect example. Here we are with a podcast. We're in the entrepreneurship category. The goal is always to provide you with value, but you're tuning in with your AirPods, your Beats by Dre, YouTube, you're listening, but you're not feeling, which is amazing. But it is amazing. We'll park it right there. But there's more to that. There's more than just listening and consuming. There is a whole other level of impact that comes from that in-person real life experiences, getting in rooms, having those connections. And to Matt's point, what can blossom so beautifully in terms of relationships from a friendship standpoint and a business standpoint, accountability buddies, and what you can really build as an extension of those rooms.
You find yourself sitting beside somebody at the beginning of these days, having no idea who they are, what their last name is, let alone what they could potentially mean to your life in short time, even to the extent of you need a missing piece in the way of a fractional CFO or somebody who is willing and able to run your Facebook ads, whatever it looks like that you might not have the ability to do on your own. And within 24 hours, within 48 hours, they're put right beside you. And none of that happens with you just listening to a podcast. It doesn't happen with you reading a book. You might learn about these things, but to really move the needle, to have it happen quickly, that shortcut that we talk about so often, it has to be in person. That goes from zero to hero no quicker than doing it in person. And it's scary. I get the idea for those especially who are a little bit more introverted, me included, that walking into that Chris Harder room a year and change ago on day one with a bunch of very well established, very successful people in their own right with what they do, imposter syndrome kicks in hard. And you don't feel in that moment that you even should be there, that you're not worthy of being there. But the more you have, the more you take the chance on yourself of breaking out and just saying one sentence, which turns into two or three sentences, and realizing that you do have something to give. And oftentimes, if it's on your mind, then chances are it's on at least one other person's mind in that room. But you not putting yourself out there, not giving yourself the vulnerability necessary to say to people, hey, I need help, it will never allow you to progress further or faster than doing it on your own.
You said that so beautifully. And I mean, even kind of tying it right back to Benchmark, that we're a luxury boutique gym. We are an exclusive community. And, we can go on and on about how amazing this gym is. But one of the cool things that happens within our walls is those referrals. And that's just helping people out when they're looking for something, looking for that missing piece. And that will happen organically because of the synergy that runs through the members that have chosen to spend, a few extra dollars on their gym membership because of the space that they want to be in, because of the people that they want to be around. And that's not for nothing. That's also a takeaway right there. Like, if you are someone that likes to work out and that is a big part of your daily, weekly routine, do a little analysis. Like, where are you spending your time and energy and your dollars? But from that time and space piece, where are you spending it? Because that is a big part of your routine when you kind of look at the 30, 31 days in a month. And we often talk about that with, some of our personal training clients, that we spend a lot of time together. You really get to know each other. And so that is something that you really want to be mindful of where you are spending that time and the space that you're in. And then that natural extension that comes from that, from the world of referrals and, getting in the room in a very different way. But then on that larger scale, look at your year. I was having this conversation with one of my personal training clients just the other day, that we get so excited about looking at our calendar, looking at 2024 and chatting about where we want to invest for the year, where we would want to invest our time and dollars in terms of getting in the room, with the focus being, expanding our network, expanding our minds, expanding our business, and then naturally, increasing revenue and opportunity and growth. But it really comes with that goal of getting in the room.
Yeah, and one of the things that you've done a good job at is, and we have it in our intake form, we have it in our member sign up form. We ask, what do you do for a living? And it's not because we're nosy. You do whatever you do, and you do it well, so be it, no problem. But the reason we do is because we want to be the operators of sorts that allows us to fill the hole for somebody when they are looking for what that person does. So often, right, we have people who come in that do all kinds of walks of life. But it's amazing to see how you'll hear these conversations in the background, people saying, shit, I wish I just knew somebody who might be able to solve problem X or problem Y. And a light goes off. You think, well, damn, I know exactly you can do that. And that's the magic of being in a space where connecting is the primary component of what we do.
I thought you were going to give me like a fill in the blank of like, that's the magic of getting in the room.
Yes. And that too. Yes.
But speaking of getting in the room.
With that said.
Yeah. But wait, there's more. You guys, if you have not yet seen on Instagram, Matt and I are hosting our first ever one-day mastermind called
Get in the Room. God damn it. It's not that part, but yes, just get in there.
That was not on the title, but no. I love the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
It's happening Friday, May 10th in beautiful wine country here in Ontario. You can head to my website, inspireandmove.ca, and you can find all of the details. We are, of course, going to include them in the show notes. We currently have early bird pricing, but depending on when you are listening to this, it might not be active anymore. But we are so excited. It's a one-day mastermind, a really intimate group, and we're really excited to, curate this experience and really have these transformative, impactful experiences for the people that have chosen to invest their time and their money and their energy to be with us that day.
And look, we've done this, right? We've chosen to spend the money we've chosen to put ourselves in the place that has allowed us to get to where we are currently, and then some moving forward that much faster. There's no way we could have done what we've done in the last 365 days if it wasn't for putting ourselves in a place with people we did not know, with the hopes and intentions of everybody coming together to push everybody further along. And that's what this day is. So it is 8 hours, 9 hours of intentional transformation of your personal business, and we all get to pour into it accordingly. We will provide the container, we'll provide the food, we'll provide the drink, provide the connections that you can then run with to set up your business for as long as you want moving forward from there. It is one hell of a jump off point.
And it's something that we are so passionate about. If you can't hear that in the energy in our voices, we're so excited. And please, if you have any questions, of course, just connect with us on Instagram or, on my website. There's my email. But we are so excited. And if this feels aligned for you, my gosh, we would love, love, love to have you. I'm a low-key kind of hype girl, so I'm really pumped about this. And we love helping others and seeing their needle be just moved forward and feel and see that transformation for themselves, but also for their business.
Absolutely.
So, in closing, get in the room.
Get in the room, guys.
Thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you again soon. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, it would mean the world to me if you took 30 seconds and shared this on social media, send it to a friend, or leave a 5-star review. There is power in community, and I am so grateful to have you part of mine.